No, I'm just talking to myself.
Oh.
Sending out the tweets, see if anyone actually shows up to visit. All right. Bring up backup recording device. Clear it all up. 5, 4, 3.
It's episode 342, and we've got plugins for cleaning shortcodes, media library FTP, customized logins, featured images in RSS, social sharing, and login notifications. It's all coming up next on WordPress Plugins A to Z. WordPress. It's the most popular content management and website solution on the internet. And with over 60,000 plugins to choose from, how do you separate the junk from the gems? Join John Overall and Marcus Couch for this weekly unrehearsed conversation about the latest and greatest in WordPress plugins. This is WordPress Plugins A to Z.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be hiding out there on the globe today. Coming to you direct and live from the Brewery Overlook in beautiful Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. I'm John Overall.
And from the beachside bunker in Laguna Beach, California, I'm Marcus Couch.
And we have a live show for you this week, and first one in a couple of weeks, but hey, we'll do these every few weeks as an actual live show on YouTube, so make sure you come join us here, and we'll make sure it's announced out on YouTube and on Twitter and on our Facebook page. So
yeah, here we are. Come see us.
Yeah. We're not doing the live shows as often and consistent as we used to due to the fact that, well, we're too busy making a living now. I don't know about you, Marcus, but I've been really busy since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I got a lot of new projects that I've been working on, and a lot of plug-in stuff going on in my world.
Absolutely. Well, with that all being said, let's jump right into the meat and potatoes of the show. Okay, and first up here, we have our usual allotment of 6 great plugins for you today, plus a few other treats. And
wait a second. I'm calling an audible here, John.
Calling an audible?
Yep.
What's
you
that?
Forgot the entire section on where we can be found.
I did. Oh, my
Back
God.
it up. Back up the meat and potatoes.
Back it up. Back it up.
And that meat and potatoes back.
All right. I forgot. For some reason, my brain just leapt ahead to the really good, fun part of the show. Don't forget, you can get all the show notes over at WPPlugins.com. If you got it, we'd appreciate you taking a few minutes to subscribe to us over at Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and in the iTunes Store.
Yes, and here's something else you can do. Watch this. Hey, Siri, play the word... wait, let's do this again. No.
Which board?
No, stop. Hey, Siri, play the WordPress Plugins A to Z podcast.
Now playing podcast WordPress plugins from A to Z.
WordPress. There
you go. Awesome.
Content management and website solution. That's all you got to do. It's just to ask Siri, hey, play the WordPress Plugins A to Z podcast. And you can also do the same thing by asking Siri to subscribe you to the WordPress Plugins A to Z podcast. So it's very easy to do. All you have to do is, if you have an iPhone, just ask Siri to start playing it, and it'll play the most recent episode.
There you go. Excellent. I hadn't actually thought of ever doing that. So
actually, I learned that from Mr. Dave Jackson. So thank you, Dave.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, Dave. Much appreciated. And also stop in the YouTube channel and check out our screencast, training videos, and the shows that get put up there.
Yep. Remember, you can also follow the show on Twitter at WP Plugins A to Z and subscribe to our newsletter from our site, WPPluginsAtoZ.com.
All right. Well, I guess
now
we can jump right into it. Let's start that segment all over again. Off to the meat and potatoes of the show. All right. Well, we have our usual allotment of 6 great plugins today, along with some other treats throughout the rest of the show. And first up, I have a premium plugin that was sent in to us by Mohammed Abd Elham from Zozer.com. And this is a plugin that is a shortcode cleaner. And what it'll do is it'll help you clean up all those shortcodes that might be on your site, especially if your site's been around for a while. Like mine's been around for going on 9 years now, and I've accumulated shortcodes, removed the plugins that use them, and occasionally I go digging for them, but most of the time not bother. This plugin here will help you go in there and clean up all the broken shortcodes that are in your website with a few simple clicks. And real sweet. Install it, activate it, and go. It is a premium plugin, but it's only $17. So hey, well worth the $17 to save you tons of time. So go check it out. It's available over at Code Canyon. Links are in the show notes for it, and I give it a 4-dragon rating. Check out Shortcode Cleaner.
Beautiful. So I was doing some uploading of some actual video files this past week, and I noticed that there was a limitation in terms of how big of a size that I could put in there. I did not like that. And I had a bunch of different files that someone had actually sent me. So here's what I did. I found a new plugin called Media from FTP. And sometimes, you know, uploading large media files directly through the WordPress interface can let you down. And this is one of those instances. And regrettably, WordPress doesn't natively support alternate media file uploads. You just have to do it right through the browser. So while you can always upload files that way or a custom script, even through FTP, WordPress doesn't even register those files when you give them the link. So this plugin, Media from FTP, was created to solve this exact challenge. So whether you're trying to upload files through the WordPress interface or through FTP, this does exactly what it says. It means you can upload media files through your FTP and then display the media within the WordPress library, give it things like alt tags, descriptions, all that kind of stuff, and it does it automatically. So what it does is it lets you look up specific files within an FTP folder and then register those inside WordPress. It allows you to set up the media properties, such as the date, the timestamp, and all of that. And it also lets you set a predefined schedule so that you can run the plugin at specific intervals and import things on the fly in the back end. Great plugin. Media from FTP. I rated it a 5 out of 5.
That's a very sweet plugin. That solves a lot of problem for those people that are using cheap web hosting out there that limits them to 8, 16, 20 megs of upload through the browser.
I once had to upload 9,000 images of personnel and people into a website, and sometimes it would just hang on one particular file for no reason at all.
Yep.
And then I had to start all over again.
Been down that track, but yeah, this is something that'll solve a lot of problems. So yeah, go check it out, folks. Looks like a great plugin.
Yep.
Okay, well, that brings us up to this little bit of brain. Oh, lost my notes. There we go. This show is brought to you by the following people and or businesses. With all the changes in website requirements, pulled, compromised, and abandoned plugins out there, now's the time to update and upgrade your WordPress website. JohnOverall.com has 20 plus years experience and offers hosting, maintenance programs, support, and more to keep your site up to date and running smoothly. We offer free estimates and only bill you for the time used, not by the block. While you're caring for your business, let JohnOverall.com care for your website. Think of us when you think of WordPress. Visit johnoverall.com. There you go. Supported by johnoverall.com hosting services.
Beautiful. Nothing from me this week.
Nothing from you. All right. All right. And we also want to mention here that currently we do have a contest going on the website where you can come in and win yourself a premium license from foliovision.com. They're giving out a premium license for their Folio player. And this is a excellent plugin. It's worth $75. It helps you manage all of your YouTube videos. It's got an excellent player in here that's got some excellent overlays for adding in your own pre-rolls, mid-rolls, after-rolls. You can customize some other bits and pieces through it. There's a lot about this. You might want to go check out the interview I did a couple of weeks back with Grant, I think. His name just jumped out of my head. An interview I did with him on the show. So really we got in pretty deep into Folio Player along with a whole lot of other stuff. So go check it out. Enter the contest. All you got to do is enter your name and email address, and you can be a winner.
Great. Yeah, it's a cool plugin.
Okay. All right. That's all we got in that area. So time to jump into our next couple of plugins.
Yep.
This week, this one here I have is it's a freemium freemium plugin with a pro version. This was another one sent in by one of our listeners out there, Piazza Yosef, and it's called PyRegister. Now, what PyRegister is a plugin that helps you customize your registration page. The free version of the plugin allows you to do problems with my teeth. Mouth. Unable to talk. Anyway, the free version allows you to go in and customize up one registration form, verify, moderate registrations, invitation-only registrations, create custom email templates. It's got capture support, shortcodes, has a PayPal standard payment gateway built into it for membership fees. The professional version allows you to add social login, email marketing, two-way login, profile search, and more. It is a pretty intensive little plugin for customizing up your registration and login window. So go check it out. It's a pretty decent plugin available from pyregister.com, and I give it a 4-dragon rating.
Cool. All right. Next one here. This is called WPPM Login Security Notification. So what this does, it's very simple, and it's not necessarily security as it is kind of a security camera, I guess you could say. This plugin actually sends an email to the administrator each time a user logs in successfully or fails to connect. So the intent behind this plugin is to improve the security of your WordPress website with a doorman type of interaction. So it lets you see who's coming in and who doesn't get in. It's not a full security solution, but it does at least provide a good indication as to who's logging in. So this is also great for designers and developers out there who have clients, and it allows you to monitor your client site usage if you're maintaining these sites professionally. So if you want to see actually how often your client actually uses the site, this will be a great indicator that you can see exactly when they're logging in. It's called WPPM Login Security Notification, and I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Well, that's a nice little add-on to monitoring your website or monitoring for clients if you do that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's real simple, easy to use.
Excellent. Okay, well, this brings us to the point here where we want to talk about a little bit of listener feedback. If you would like to participate in the show and provide us listener feedback, just head over to WPPlugins.com, lower right-hand corner. You can click on the speak pipe box and leave us a audio message, or go to our contact page where you can leave us an email and get back to us directly.
Yeah, so we've got one question today from listener Steve, who asked this question via Twitter. Interesting question. I am trying to make a night mode switch for my WordPress website, but since I don't know how to code, I'm limited in my ability to make one. Can you suggest anything that will provide my site users with a night mode switch? So, for all you out there that may be unfamiliar with the term, night mode is simply a way to automatically or manually change from blue to yellow light when it's time. A lot of you see this on your phone. I did find a plugin for you, Steve, that does exactly that. It's called Night Mode for WordPress, which you can find at Code Canyon. I have put a link in the show notes. It is $17, which is certainly a much better option than having to go through the frustrations of coding it yourself. So good suggestion there and question for Night Mode for WordPress. Keep those questions coming.
Absolutely. And feel free to send them on Twitter, Facebook. Go visit our Facebook page, Twitter. We do get back to you.
Yes.
Okay, and we would also like to acknowledge our donors who have contributed to us between the live shows and over the past few weeks when the shows were pre-recorded. We had a couple of donations from JezWeb Pty Ltd. And the first one that came in was on January 17th, and he gave us $50. And the note with it was, this donation is on behalf of Jesmond Executive Villas. at jev.com.au, which is a new WordPress site built by Jeremy and the team at JezWeb in Australia. The build process was faster and more enjoyable with a combination of Ocean WP theme and Elementor. If you haven't checked out these before or recently, we highly recommend that you do. And that's a pretty nice website, Jeremy.
Yeah, Elementor is something I've heard a lot about. I'll have to check that out.
I've been seeing it pop up from time to time in different areas and groups I belong to, so I may have to dig into it. And from January 23rd for show 341 from JezWeb Pty Ltd, he donated $50. And this donation was on behalf of Argyle Pink Diamond Investments at argylepinkdiamondinvestments.com.au, a WordPress website built by JezWeb in Australia. And wow, that one's really nice too. Nice work, Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy, you need to put together a course on how to get clients because it seems like you got a ton. Jeez.
Yeah, well, you're doing really well.
Yeah, well, I'm chalking it up to the fact that he listens to the show. That's
absolutely. Absolutely. And all those donations with all the links out and everything else that helps out. So, and also a big thank you to donors that came in under $50. You know who you are. Thank you very much. And the Patreon account is still running. I haven't yet terminated it. So we had a couple of donations via the Patreon account. So thank you there. Much appreciated. Every little bit of support helps out. It helps us cover the costs for bandwidth, for producing the show, for transcriptions and everything else. Although transcriptions are a little behind at the moment. They will be caught up this week.
Good.
Okay. All right. That brings us up. Oh, one last thing. You can, if you want to support the show, go over to wpplugins.com/donate, where we have multiple options to where you can support the show.
Yeah, we do appreciate that. John and I do have full-time gigs that we do, and it's nice to kind of recoup the costs for the show that we provide free to you. So help us out, wpplugins.com/donate.
Okay, and our final set of plugins for today. The last one I have for you here is called Social Shares Social Pug. Now, if you've been around WordPress for a while, you're starting to notice in the last couple of years in particular that many plugins are dropping off the board. The developers have abandoned them. They're becoming old. They're more than 2 years old, where there's no updates been done to them. They're starting to become unstable, insecure, et cetera, et cetera. And this is happening more and more across many of the sites that I manage for my clients and some of the ones that I'm updating these days. And this is another plugin that I'm having to replace. I used to have another favorite social plugin that would add social share buttons to the bottom of a post or a page and a theme that didn't include that sort of thing. And I had to go out and hunt for another one. This is a freemium plugin. It has a free and pro version. The free version allows you to set up the 4 common social media shares: Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Pinterest. If you need more than that, you need to jump up to the pro version, which gives you multiple social media networks to choose from. It gives you a pop-up social share and more. This plugin starts at $24 and goes up from there for the premium version. But all in all, the free version should do more than what you need, because most people only share the Facebook, Twitter, Google, and Pinterest at the moment. So anyway, go check it out. Social Shares, Social Pug, and I give it a 4 dragon rating.
Very nice. Very nice. I've yet to find the perfect solution for that, but I'm looking for it. All right, final plugin for the show. It is called RSS Featured Image. Now, this is a pretty cool plugin because it allows you to add a featured image to your RSS feed within the media content. So what does that do? Well, nothing in itself, but it does perform incredibly well when you pair it with MailChimp. That's right. You can actually use this RSS item image tag within MailChimp and start to actually see your featured images populate your MailChimp newsletter if you happen to do it from an RSS basis. It is lightweight, straightforward, no options, no clutter, no garbage in your WordPress dashboard. You can experiment with this on your own and tie it into your newsletter for a very good automated newsletter experience with all your new posts. It's called RSS Featured Image. And because of the fact that it works so well with MailChimp, I gave it a 5 out of 5.
Dragon sound a little loud.
Little.
That's all right. I like that one there. I think I'm going to add it to our newsletter that goes out weekly, because that'd be kind of cool to pull in the featured images.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Still in development, so it only takes large images for now, but you got to kind of scale them within MailChimp. Experiment on your own, but if you're using a MailChimp newsletter that auto-populates from RSS, you need to check this out.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely need to get that one checked out and moved in there. All right, well, that wraps it up. I'm closing out this episode here. I covered up Shortcode Cleaner, which I gave a 4 to. Pi Register, which I gave a 4 to, and Social Shares, Social Pug, which I gave a 4 to.
And I talked about Media from FTP, which gets a 5 out of 5. WPPM login security notifications gets a 4 out of 5. And RSS Featured Image gets a perfect 5 out of 5.
All right, and a couple of, well, there's no other reminders here. Oh, there is a couple of reminders. If please stop in at our YouTube channel, check out the screencast. The live show goes up there later, along with many other things. And note to developers, if you would like to support the show and offer up premium licenses for giveaways and contests, please go to wpplugins.com/plugin contest. And that's pretty much it. That's all we've got for you now. Take care. Bye-bye.